Hi,
Good
Antonio.
afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon. Antonio, I was wondering if you can update us, please, on any fresh injury concerns and also on the situation of Eric Dyer and Heung-min Son, please.
Yeah, and today is Friday, and for sure, after the game against Leicester, and uh, we are trying to manage a couple of situations of fresh injuries, and for sure, we have tomorrow to make the right decision about a couple of players. And Eric Dyer, they had a good training session with us and is available. Sonny, not yet. We had to wait, and he's recovering very well. Um, I'm sure that we have to wait after the international break.
Are you able to say which players are having some problems ahead of this game?
Yeah, but honestly, I prefer not don't tell you the players, no. Also because I think that I don't want to give advantage to our opponent.
Let's talk about that opponent. You played Chelsea, but off the back of a very dramatic moment at the end of the Leicester game, can you talk a bit about what happened in the last seconds of that match? Is that the kind of moment that can really galvanize a team and push a team in the right direction forward?
But we know very well that we are playing we are going to play against a really strong team, and don't forget Chelsea won the Champions League now in the final of Carabao Cup, and we are talking about a really good team, and I don't know if this is the right moment. We have our problems, and for many injuries, and but for sure we want to try to give our best against Chelsea, and they've beaten us in the last two games, and we have to try to learn something about the past, and to try to improve and try to give our best.
And just a final one on from me on transfers at this time of the season. Are you any closer to bringing a player in? And also on Tongi and Dombele, does it feel like he has played his last game for the club?
Honestly, I prefer to speak about this topic always with the club, and for sure I made evaluation about the squad, and but I have spoken with the club, and I hope the club to listen me.
Thanks, Paul. Vishali from PLP, please.
Hi, Antonio. How are you?
I'm fine,
I want to
thanks.
start off by asking about Hugo Lloris, who, of course, has signed a new deal. How pleased are you that he has signed a new deal, and how important is he in terms of the leadership within this squad?
But it's important. It's important that our captain renewed his contract, uh, not for only 1 year, but for 2 years. It means that the club and the whole environment trust in Hugo, and is a point of reference for the whole team. Is a point of reference for me, for the club, and I think it was right to sign a new contract for 2 years, and is an important goalkeeper in the world, and he won a lot with his national team. He's captain of France. He's captain of Tottenham. I think that it was right to renew his contract. The club was very good to do this.
And just going back to that game against Leicester, I know you started Emerson Royal in that right wing back role, but of course you brought on Matt Doherty for the second half. Just generally, how do you view Emerson's development under your time so far, and what do you want to see from your right wing back in this system?
But about Emerson, must be very clear that he started the game with a problem, with a physical problem, and I have only to tell him thanks for his availability. And then when I understood that after the first half he was suffering a lot, despite his availability, I prefer to make a substitution. And he's a good player, and he's only 22 years old, and this is the first season in Premier League. I think he's doing well, like the others, has a lot of space for improvement, and yeah, but for sure, wingback has an important role in my idea, no, in the system, if you play with the 3 at the back. Otherwise, you can change it to play with the 4 at the back. And yeah, but if you decide to play with the 3 at the back, wing backs are very important for this system.
Thanks, Vishali. Ian Abrahams, please.
Hi, Antonio. How are you? You well? You're 8 points off Chelsea with 4 games in hand ahead of this game on Sunday. This team has been written off already this season, but yeah, you're in a great position to carry on and not only get top 4, but even get top 3, aren't you?
I think that we have to be very, very calm, and to go game by game. Yeah, and don't forget that we won against Watford in the last minute. We won against Leicester in the last minute. Yeah, and you have to be realistic, and for sure I'm happy, and it's a pleasure to see my team to fight until the end. But if you cut 4 points of our table, and then you maybe you don't make this question to me today. And I repeat, it's important to be realistic, to understand that for us it will be very difficult this season, but we want to fight. We want to try to create a good foundation. But I don't change. I repeat, I don't change my mind. I don't change my idea. For some positive results, I think that I have to go over and to look the situation very well, and to try to improve the situation, because I repeat, and we need to improve a lot.
And because of those last-minute wins that you've just talked about, the one at Watford, the one at Leicester, obviously on Tuesday night, a lot of people are saying going into January that if you don't get to sign players, you would be unhappy. You know, you want to sign players. Have you seen enough, though, from the players you've got, that if you don't sign anybody in the next week, you've got enough to get your ambitions over the line for this season?
But in this season, my ambition is to try to help the club. And yeah, this is my best ambition, to try to help the club, to try to help the team to improve, and to get the best result possible. I don't know which is this result possible, but for sure we'll give 100% to get the best out of my players, and to try to do our best in a difficult league. But in this season, for sure, my ambition can be to help the team. But I know this. When I signed it, I know the situation, and my ambition was to to have the satisfaction to help the team and the club to improve.
Thanks, Ian. Alistair Gold, please.
Hi there, Antonio.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you about the formation you've been playing with. Obviously, sometimes you play with a 3-4-3, sometimes you play with a 3-5-2. I just wondered, what will the long-term Antonio Conte Tottenham Hotspur look like? Will it be one of those formations or somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, I think that many times in these 2 months I faced different situation, especially for the injuries, and we have started to play with the 3 strikers because I think that we have important strikers, and I think when you have to try to build something, you have to build something around the best players in your squad, and when all the players are available, a lot of time we have started with 3 strikers, and then Sonny has had an injury, a bad injury, and for this reason I didn't had the possibility to continue in this way. No, also Bergwijn was out for injuries, and in this type of situation you have to try to find other solution. Maybe could be possible to change again. The important thing is that the players knows very well which are our principle, and to try to put this on the pitch with the system that we decide to play.
And can I just ask you, you mentioned Hugo Lloris there, and you mentioned that the things he's won have been with his country. I mean, how frustrating is it for a player of that quality to not have won any trophies with Tottenham in almost 10 years? And can you be the man to help him change that?
But yeah, and I think that it's important. It's important for every club to win trophy, and yeah, at the same time you have to understand if you are ready to win, because every club could tell, yeah, I want to win trophy, but then you have to understand very well where is your point, where you are, and then the space or the path that you have to follow to try to be competitive and to win. Because I repeat, and it's too simple to tell that this team and other team want to win, but one team win and the other see to win, and I know this because if you win, write the history. If you don't win, and you played for a team, but don't write the history.
Final one in this section. Filippo from Sky Italy, please. No, Filippo's gone. Charlie, would you like to take it instead?
I just wondered, hi Antonio,
Hi.
You mentioned about the late goals against both Watford and Leicester, and in fact against Morecambe as well. I just wondered how much you think that's down to fitness or mentality, and how important that is to you.
Yeah, but we are talking about 2 games. Don't forget that we deserve to win, and because at the end of the game and against Watford and against Leicester, we created many chances to score. Then also, if the win arrived at the end, it doesn't mean that we didn't deserve. But then, for sure, and I repeat, and we have to to continue this way, because in these two last games we showed the great resilience, great will, great desire to fight until the end, to believe that you can win until the end, and this is very important for the mentality, for the for the belief, no, of the player, for what we are doing in this period, for the work that we are doing together, and for this reason I'm very happy. I'm very happy because and don't forget that you can win or you can lose at the end of the game, and you must be very good also to believe, and I have seen this in my players in the last game against Leicester when we have drawn, and my players weren't satisfied about the draw, and they want to play very quickly, only if there was 1 minute to go, but it was important for me. I think it was important for the fans, it was important for the club, for the whole environment, to see this desire of the players to try to win until the end, and for this reason, and they deserve a great compliment for this win.
Thanks, Charlie. Okay, we'll move on to the